Let's go up here. My. I hope you can hear me out there. It just went dead. It said broadcast cut off. Please start again. And so here we go. Here's what's happening. Most of you know this because everyone and his grandma, and I say bravo that they are on line now on all the different medias that they have to be online with. Everyone is more or less, I'm hoping that this is showing up here. All right, I hope this is working now. Everyone is doing online, and depending on your setup and your system and whatever, all kinds of things are happening. This is just the nature of the beast. I'm hoping that those who have the different means of going online will find, or those who, let's say, are doing the operational work behind the scenes, will get this where we don't have all of these interruptions and these lags and everything that happens with it. Yet I understand it's more than possible that it's happening because so many people are doing live streaming now and Zoom and all the other types of outlets that are possible for us. I was talking about health and online shopping, and I wanted to speak to you a little bit because for me, it's all about more than your appearance and your presence. It's about your confidence and your style and how you show up and how you present you. And in that, for me, it's all about women being the best that they can be and showing up as their best self, as Oprah said. She coined it, but it's true for all of us. I want to talk about what happens for many of us, how we get caught up in the madness. And in that, one of the titles that I've given myself is the disruptor as well as redundant. I'm going to talk a little bit tonight about the disruptive side of me, because what we see that's prevalent in the stratosphere, that's being asked to be changed. So many of us women, it's our time. It's our time to rise to be all that we can be. So you stand up and shout out, I'm here and I'm ready to take control and be the leader that I'm called to be, heart-centered leadership, and so much more. All of those who are female trailblazers, agents of change, cosmic healers. Oh, I love I love them all. And purpose-driven. Because what's happening is that when it comes to, and here is where, and I'll just say it, when it comes to your sexuality, your sensuality, and your femininity, it has nothing to do with completely and totally your two major body parts, and short, tight, and revealing. And what's happened in a world, a circle of people that some people will say, oh, no, that's not true. And that's all right. I don't mind at all, because for me, it is true. Hip hop and rap, and some of it's very, very good. Most of it is quite questionable. Maybe that's because I'm a happy senior in a whole different generation. But everything that they project as it relates to women, sexuality, femininity, and their sensuality, which is all about showing the body and expressing it in a way that's very, very distasteful and demeaning, and it diminishes the value of women who buy into that. And for parenting, women who are parenting young girls today, it's very, very difficult. So why am I saying that? Because I want the women who are interested in leadership and style to be more cognizant of what's very important for you to project and portray in your lifestyle, because you are responsible somewhat for the generations that are coming behind you. So let's talk to online shopping, which is a big biggie, and it's becoming more so now because of the confinement that we're all in. The number one for everything, and a great company. Boy, if all of us could model what we're doing somewhat after Amazon, what fortunes most of us would have. Whether you like them or not, and they're a great big giant and all the other little adjectives that you can add to them, they do a heck of a job. But I want to talk to the shopping networks where women go predominantly, almost 80 something percent. And the number one shopping network, and here's what I want to say as I speak to these shopping networks. I want to qualify this because I know human nature and how everything will be misconstrued. I was listening to a talk earlier from our president, was talking about somebody he had come up to the podium to speak about the virus and everything that's happening here and how the press misconstrued everything that this guy had to say. That happens all the time. We know that. So I want to qualify what I'm going to say to you. And the first thing I want to say to you is that I absolutely love, adore, cherish, and shop at pretty much all of these networks that I'm going to speak to you about. But here's why I want to speak to you about them. Because shopping, for whatever reason, is almost like an attachment for most women. Not all, most. And not all are striving for the dollar right here and now. No, hurting maybe, but not as much so. So the shopping goes on. But let's forget about the period that we're in now and think about when you were shopping or when you will shop again, and you will. What happens with these networks, and they're all very, very good, exceptionally so, is that you get caught up in the bubble. You get caught up in the maze. You start drinking the Kool-Aid because they're good. What's the word better than good? They are exceptional. With few exceptions, almost every one of them on whichever network I mention here, they know how to promote. And they get you caught up, boom, 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 and you will be purchasing something that you don't need, you don't really want. You just say, well, they're saying it's very, very good and it's popular, so I want to have it. Because we have been conditioned to new, popular, trendy, fashionable, whatever it is, we have to have it. That's a mindset, an inner struggle that we have to erase. That struggle has to go because it doesn't compute to where we need to be now. We have to learn, because the other thing that I wanted to share with you, and I bounced here, was that for my upbringing and most that I see because I volunteer with these young girls, parents, especially mothers and some fathers, because I've spoke to women who where their father was a great influence on how they dress and style themselves. They don't know either. They didn't know. They could have been the best parent in the world. You can love them dearly. I did when I got my AXO together, because when my parents separated, it was a whole new saga for me. And I was a daddy's little girl and I was spoiled rotten. And so when he left, I blamed my mom, and she never badmouthed him or anything. But she didn't know. She was there. She had no education. She had no skill or talent that she thought she discovered later that she could maximize on. And she was devastated and somewhat kind of lost her mind there for a while. But the short of the story is she didn't know. She did the best she could. So we, my sister and I, we fell in love with what most of us, maybe you, fall in love with, especially women who are in their second act, regardless to age. Pretty, new, popular, trendy, fashionable. You want it. You have to have it. So if you get addicted, and it can become an addiction, I speak from experience, it can become an addiction. You can get caught up in that Kool-Aid, and the next thing you know, you're drinking it left, right, and center. And then those bills start to come in. What we have to do is stop that and learn, which is what I want to help you with. What is your style? What showcases you best? What will always have you stand up and show out at your best? That's the expression my girls use. Miss Ruffin, I stood up and I showed out. I don't like it, but yet it fits here. But that's what we have to learn. And it's not about what's new, popular, if it's not for us. It's not about something that's trendy and popular if it's not for you. You have to learn, we have to learn, as I did, what worked, and especially if you're in your second act. Because what you did when you're in your 20s and 30s, it's not going to work anymore. And you need an honest, hopefully we all have one, best friend or someone who will tell you the truth. And the tip that I'm going to leave you with here now is that when you go in to purchase something, and maybe you go alone, you might have the best salesperson in the world. But if you have a question mark about what it is that you're trying on, then don't ask him or her what they think. They're selling. They could be the best person in the world. They want you to buy that. And then you buy it and it hangs in your closet because that question mark that you had, it was relevant. And when you get it home and you wear it, hubby or wife or maid or partner, significant other, whoever will say, I don't know. I don't know about that. And then you're going to say, oh my goodness, because you had that nagging feeling initially anyway. But I want to speak to HSN, which is the number one home shopping network. I love them. They do a great job. I have learned, as you will if you haven't already, because we're confined here now, and I'm sure more people are shopping online. You're going to find before you get into deep, heavy shopping that you pick the person that you like most, you listen to them, and then you're going to know before you get there to purchase if that's the right outfit for you. Or if not, you're going to have a way that you find out after you purchase, because the beauty of all of these is that they can send it to you and within 30 days. And now they're extending that, I think. You can go a longer length of time and send it back and wear it a few times. Now, they know that the largest percentage of people are not going to do that. So they don't care. They care. I don't like that expression. They care, but they know the percentages are in their favor. That's what the beauty of numbers is. You get to know, and numbers are not my game, hubbies, and they make numbers dance. So they know how to do that. What you have to do is learn, as one of my dear friends said, stay in your lane. Stay where you know where you're at. And then there's QVC, another pioneer in the world of shopping from your home. Now, most of these two that I've mentioned, they have everything. And the host and hostess that they have, they're exceptional. They're really, really, really very good. You'll fall in love with one or two, and one or two, when they're on, you'll say goodbye and you don't listen. That's a beauty, a variety. You find the one that works for you. Now, here's another thing that's really very important. Make sure that if you're going to purchase any and everything, that as much as you can, you realize that it belongs to you and you alone. And then there's the other one. It has a new name. It was formerly known as Shop NBC, Shop HQ. Now, I'm not knocking these stations, especially now when we're confined, quarantined, homebound, cabin fever. Use them, but use them with discretion and know if you're purchasing, if you really, really need it or if it's required. And then the other two big ones, both jewelry, happens to be one of my weaknesses. JTV Live and the Gem Shopping Network. Not as popular as the other two, and yet very, very successful. So what you want to do as we move forward here is find out what your signature style is. Here's the other thing. It's horrible when you're embarrassed for someone and you're doing it in love because you know that they just don't know. Most women who are really savvy, and these are the women, the leaders who want to be, or they are savvy and smart enough to know, you know what, I could use a little help here. I'm not sure. When it comes to numbers and so many other things like technology, blow me away. Never going to be my arena. And I'm reading this great book now. Another friend of mine suggested to me. It's called The Big Leap. I think the guy's name is Gay Hendricks. Absolutely exceptional book. If you haven't gotten that, you can get to Amazon and get that book. It is mind-blowing for me because it's just speaking so much truth. So what I want you to do is start thinking about how you're going to pivot, what you're going to pivot into. One of the things that I'm going to be offering you, and very, very soon, will be the opportunity to find out and discover your own online presence. And if you're going to be going out interviewing, you're going out for new jobs, different, and money is scarce for all of us, it's going to be at a really great price point. We're going to do things that will give you, because you're going to get information, tips, and tools. And as one of my friends said to me recently, I have this new thing that I love. It was mentioned and suggested to me by another friend. I call them joyisms. They're just tips and tools and quotes and ways of thinking that I'm going to offer you that will really help you as you pivot like a pro into whatever arena it is that you want to work in. Most are going to be doing something different, something totally maybe alien from what they were doing. And as painful as it might appear now, with not enough money coming in and not enough of anything, that change ultimately might, and hopefully, as my mom would say, I pray that it will turn out to be the best change pivot that you make. But in the meantime, what I'm going to ask you to do is simply this. I want you to just, if I can, just to show you this, if you're interested, I lost my picture because the segment shut down. I had to open back up, and I lost the pivot for the media that I wanted to show you. But if you get a chance to, you can go here and you can get the brochure. Just put in the comments style, whether you're here now or you come for the replay, and the book will be automatically sent to you, and it's a complimentary gift for you. And if you are interested in an absolutely fantastic product for joint and skin renewal, nothing beats this product here. Just take a camera shot of this link and go to Modere, Modere, and you'll get that information there and make your decision. And then always feel free to get back to me with questions or concerns that you might have. Now, in that this was disrupted, the broadcast, and all kinds of things happen, what I'm going to ask you to do is just bear in mind that as we go forward from here out, it's going to be every Wednesday now. We're changing, and this, we can't say for the last time, who knows? Change is change. It happens all the time. But this change for me will pretty much be, I've been jockeying around here back and forth every Wednesday, every other Wednesday. But from now on, it's going to be every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, Leading Ladies, Leading Legacies. I'm going to soon have an opt-in page where if you are out there tuning in, no matter where you are, we think global, then I hope that you'll opt in, and so we can connect. And there are a couple of ways that I'm going to do this, contingent upon your needs and what you desire at this point in your pivot and change. So that said, hi Carol, nice to see you. One never knows with this online and all of the technology that's going on here now, but just bear in mind that ultimately it's all going to work out for the best and for all of us. And that's going to take a little bit of time. What you do is be well, stay safe. I heard today on the news just before I came in here that maybe this confinement is almost over. Some states have released that and others are pending. So let's keep everything crossed and hope that we will be the next, meaning Florida, in line, and all the other states as well, because most of us have friends all over the country. Wherever you are, tune in every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, and sooner than later, we'll get this technology where it's smooth and it runs without any issues, any concerns. Now, wouldn't that be a miracle? Most likely it will, but it will happen. You stay and be well and pivot like a pro and stay tuned to all the newness that's coming up for you. Until the next time, which will be next Wednesday at 7 o'clock, I have a great lady who's going to come and be with you. Who's going to talk about body image. Oh, what a good subject. Good topic. Be well, my friend. Stay safe. All the best. See you soon. Have a great week and a great weekend. So long for now. Cheers.